Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel that takes you deep inside the San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, Jack Hammer, and today we are going to take a look at the key for success for the San Francisco 49ers in 2023 that nobody else is talking about. You know, this offseason's been filled with endless quarterback discussions out around the 49ers. It's Brock Purdy coming back from the UCL injury, Brock Purdy not having enough arm strength to be a Super Bowl champion. It's Trey Lance. Is he going to be able to become the number one quarterback? It's Sam Darnold. Why is he all of a sudden being talked about as, possibly being able to beat out Trey Lance? Why is everybody not giving Trey Lance the benefit of the doubt and just being mean to him? That's really been the discussions in San Francisco this offseason. And really, it's interesting. I was asked recently about the 49ers under Brock Purdy and, will they be able to come out? Will Brock Purdy be able to lead the 49ers to over 30 plus points a game like he did last season? And that's a tough ask for anybody. And started to take a look at some things. And one of the things that I found that was really interesting was the turnovers. And in the 12-game win streak that the 49ers had that led up to the NFC Championship game, over the course of that 12 games, they only turned the ball over 6 times. And so I went back and I did a little bit more digging, and what I found was from the start of the 2019 season through the NFC Championship game out in Philadelphia, the 49ers had 50 games in which they did not lose the turnover battle. And when you look at that, in those 50 games when the 49ers don't turn the ball over more than their opponents, they are 44-6. That's an 88% win percentage. That's tremendous. And it really speaks to how when the 49ers and how close the NFL is, when they get into these games, when they don't make mistakes, when they just let the offense continue to roll, they can get it done, and they're winning at a very high rate, especially when you look at the flip side of this. When the 49ers turn the ball over more than their opponents, that's only happened 26 times since the start of the 2019 season. But in those games when they turn the ball over more than their opponents, they are 5-21. Now, out of those 5 wins, 3 of those came back in 2019 when they had a defense that was just lights out, getting after the quarterback, really getting them. And, so from that point on, really, if you want to look at it just from 2020 on, the last 3 seasons, the 49ers only won twice over that period of time. So for the 49ers, if they are going to reach the goals that they have set for themselves here in the 2023 season, they need to not turn the ball over more than their opponents. That's number one. Now, mentioned about the question on the 30 plus points per game, and one of the things that I found was really interesting I want to share with you is when I went and looked back at Kyle Shanahan's history in the NFL. Remember now, he's been an offensive coordinator or head coach since 2009. Well, since 2009, Kyle Shanahan has only had one time where his offense has scored over 30 points for an entire season. And that was when he was the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons during the 2016 season. That team scored a little over 33 points a game. One of the interesting pieces about that team is their offense turned the ball over just 11 times in a 16-game regular season. Just 11. Now, you look back at that win streak the 49ers had and talked about it. Talked about how they only had 6 turnovers over the course of that 12-game win streak. Well, that 12-game win streak also was over 30 points per game. 30.4 they had that, and that includes a couple of games by Jimmy Garoppolo. When Brock Purdy was in there, it was even higher, and just the games that he started and finished. So for the 49ers, what that really shows is that Kyle Shanahan, we know that his offense moves the ball up and down the field. That's something that's been talked about quite a bit. But when his offense isn't turning the ball over, it puts a lot of points on the board. So that's the key. Again, biggest key for the 49ers to win games, take care of business this season, don't turn the ball over. Also, the biggest way for the 49ers to average over 30 points a game this year, if they're going to get there, regardless of who the quarterback is, do not turn the ball over. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you can do me a favor, please hit that like button, and then also hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And when you do that, also turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the updates that happen right here on Inside the 49ers with Jack Hammer. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk with you soon.